right, guys, we are live. We will give it a few, let people join in. Appreciate you guys for being here. We're actually 5 minutes early. 5 minutes early. We'll let everybody join in. And while we're doing that, I gotta turn down that phone. We're gonna go ahead and let this play real quick. Today is Monday. You guys know we're gonna get back to our routine of Let's Talk About It podcast. Boom, chicky, boom, boom. All right, guys. So, as you can see, the title of the video. First, let me go through the comments. I want to say thank you to everyone who is here. Let's see, who do we got? Got Elizabeth. Thank you. Elizabeth says, God bless you, AV. We have Channel Manager. I'm going to go ahead and share hers real quick. Praying for this beautiful little girl's safe return. Yes, indeed. We have Oni. Oni, what's up? Oni says, Orale. Are you saying it like the character in Blood In, Blood Out? Then we have Dutch. What's up, Dutch? What's going down? Dutch. Then we have Martha. What's going on, Martha? Thank you guys for all being here. One hot nama. All right. Then we have Jennifer, who all has RSVP to the birthday awareness. Yes, Jennifer, you're going to be joining? Okay, we have a couple people in the background. We have Mama B and we have Faith. We will be bringing them up forward here in a little bit. Pink Flamingo, hello. I have a special guest with me in the building. Danny is here.
Hi.
Danny says, hi. So let's see what we got going on here, folks. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and bring Mama B into the stream. And let's bring Faith into the stream. Now, I want to show you guys something here first. I don't know. What happened to Faith? I don't know. Mama B, you there? Hello? Mama B, are you there? Hello. What is going on with her? Mom Chica Mama.
Hello.
Oh, all of a sudden, when I take you off, then you start talking.
I thought you had this big intro to do.
That was the intro. What you mean?
It sounded like it was going to be 5 minutes.
Okay, look. We're gonna go into. So there's another case, guys, involving a little boy named Michael Vaughn. I'm gonna go ahead and just play that video real quick, and then we're gonna get into some other stuff here. Give me 1 second. Let me just pull up the bam. Okay, now, are you guys familiar with this one at all? Mama B and Faith?
I'm not.
Where did Mama B go now?
I'm here. I just muted out because you said you were playing a video.
Shh.
Yes.
Shh. Moonlight. What is going on, Moonlight? Thank you for that super chat, Moonlight. Thank you. It means a lot. All right, let's check out this video real quick. Let me see. Let me make sure it pulls up for you guys.
Hard to discover new audiences?
This little boy vanished. Another 5-year-old. Gone. From what I understand, they haven't found him.
It's time to try Taboola.
But I've had a few people contact me and say that this interview, that the interview involving this little boy's parents or family members, that there was something up with this interview. It just wasn't, it didn't seem right, didn't sit right with people at all. So let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick, and then we will get to the boys and Summer Wells as well. If you guys can, please hit that thumbs up. Let everybody know that we are live, please. All right, let's get to it. You guys let me know if you can hear the audio. Yeah, I'll burn my damn nose here with that damn thing.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is J.D. Huff, and I'm the Chief of Police for the City of Fruitland.
Let's make sure. Can you guys hear the audio? Can you hear the audio? It is kind of low. I can hear it, but... Okay, so Mystique says yes. I'm Victorious says no. Jules says no. You guys, please press 1 if you can hear the audio. I'm not sure if you guys heard about this little boy yet. Press 1 if you guys can hear the audio. Well, we got a little bit of both. We've got some yes and no, very low. Okay, let's try it again.
And I just want to start out by saying thank you for attending today. This is this thing is monumental, and it's super important that we have you guys here helping us out, getting some words out here today. So I want to start this off by introducing some of my counterparts here, some of my partners that are helping me with this. I'll start out with Special Agent Brian Sullivan with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Captain Matt Sly with the Idaho State Police. I've got Chief John Plaza with the Payette Police Department, Brian Marinelli with the Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue Team.
Have you heard of this?
I've got the family of Michael Joseph Vaughn here. Brandy and Tyler and Brandy's sister here today with us. So I'm going to read my press release to you, and then I'll stand by for a few questions for you once we complete this, okay? Today, the Fruitland Police Department, in conjunction with the State Police, multiple Treasure Valley law enforcement agencies, and the Federal Bureau of Investigation, we continue to search for missing and endangered 5-year-old Michael Joseph Vaughn, MJ to his family and friends. Michael was last seen near his residence on Southwest 9th Street in Fruitland at approximately 6:30 p.m. on July 27th, 2021. Operations to date include the methodical search of the area near Michael's residence, which...
What just happened? Oh,
irrigation runoff ditches, which were drained by the Fruitland Public Works Department in an extensive search and rescue effort, including the use of canines, aerial, and marine and land support. Idaho Fish and Game officers are continuing to search the river by boat, 4 to 5 miles downriver and back up, and in the sloughs of the Snake River as well.
Yeah.
The Fruitland Police Department will continue to organize search and rescue operations with resources provided by the Idaho Mountain Search and Rescue Team, the Fruitland Fire Department, and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and others. We've received a tremendous amount of support from the Fruitland community and will continue to call upon them, but as needed. We're continuing to seek the public's assistance to identify individuals who are in the area of Southwest 8th, Southwest 9th, and Cornwall Way in Fruitland from 6:30 and 7:15 p.m. on Tuesday, July 27th, 2021. If you were in that area or you know someone who was, please contact us at 208-642-6006, extension 0. That's the Payette County Sheriff's Office, and again, a tip line. Even if you don't believe you have something that's relevant or relevant information to this case, we want you to contact us so we can recreate a complete picture of the time that Michael was last seen. Every minute counts in these investigations when searching for a missing child, and we appreciate the public's support and cooperation as we continue the search for Michael. If you live in the immediate area, please thoroughly search your property to include any outbuildings, vehicles, anything that a 5-year-old kid could get into. We also ask that you review any security camera footage that you may have that may be attached to your house. Video is extremely important to us in these circumstances, in these investigations. We're also very grateful for the public's assistance in following up on each lead. We are vigorously following up on each lead that we're getting in. So I want to make it clear that as your tips are coming in, they're not falling on deaf ears. The community knows because they see us out here every single day, pounding the pavement, pounding these rural areas. We are working. We're committed to finding Michael, and we're not going to leave any stones unturned. So you need to understand that the investigation of this child we're using every resource, and it's very intense. We ask that the community only report information from credible sources to law enforcement. And as we know, that if we're just coming up with speculation, it causes rumors, and we'd like to have factual information. So please help us out that way so we can chase down factual leads.
By switching to AAA insurance, we're able to save over $450. More gas in our car.
All right, guys. So now you guys are about to hear the parents of little Michael. If you guys don't know about this case, another little 5-year-old boy came up missing from, I believe, Utah. And there's a few people that is a little upset with the parents because it took them a few days to come forward. It's another weird disappearance where the kid just vanishes without a trace, gone. No one's seen nothing at all. Thank you guys for all being here. If you guys can, please hit that thumbs up and spread the word that we are live. Let's go ahead and get back to it.
It's Idaho, Steve.
Idaho. Sorry about that. That sounds kind of weird right now. Say it real slow.
What?
The state?
Idaho.
Oh, okay.
Idaho, Steve. Not me.
We also
Don't
want
even.
the Michael's family continues to be 100% cooperative with our investigation.
I knew where you were going with
And
that.
you said it too.
Because I knew where you were going
You
with
said
that.
Idaho.
Idaho.
And we would appreciate that.
I knew what you were looking for, that's all.
So Michael's last seen wearing a light blue Minecraft t-shirt over here on my left. Dark blue boxer briefs, a child size 11 sandal. And he stands 3 foot 7 inches tall. He's 50 pounds. He's got blonde hair, blue eyes.
I heard there was a babysitter at the house. Is that what it says?
Any information that would lead us to his whereabouts or his location, please call the Payette County Sheriff's Office at 208-642-6006, extension 0. So we just want to extend our appreciation to our community. We thank you for your continued support and the media. And
I was upset, but the parents took forever to say it.
Okay, thank you. That's a great question, and we've been getting that quite a bit. I will tell you that where we certainly appreciate the public wanting to help us. We've evaluated that several times, and it can become a little problematic for us. So what we're asking the public to do at this point is to search their residences and their homes. You never know. We got a 5-year-old kid out there. He can wander in and out of places super easy into people's
Little 5-year-old boy just vanished.
He could be on a larger piece of property.
And they reported it 3 days after he was gone.
We have trained professional search teams with search canines.
Yeah, because I'm sure he always just goes out on crack binges for 3 days and doesn't come home, and that's normal, right?
Yeah.
3 days now. So we're asking for the public to stay out of those areas and let us search those with these certified
The father was
search
home.
teams. They're professionals. They know what they're looking for. A lot of times when we recruit civilian help, they miss things. And so where we have such
Same day of his appearance.
important goal to accomplish, we don't want to miss a thing. We need to cover those pieces of ground with trained searchers who know what they're looking for. And they have canines that accompany them that are trained and certified as well. So we're just asking the public to help us out that way. Let us work through this with trained professionals. At the end of this,
Why she look like that in her picture?
We may recruit the public's help in another mass area search
She looks like
down the road. But that will be down the road, and that is an as needed. event. Okay? Thank you. Cool. Corey, thank you for the question, but I'm not gonna opine or weigh in on the ongoing investigation into this thing. I just can't do it. So I appreciate that. Our main focus is finding AJ and bringing him back to his family, and that's where we're at right now. Search and rescue operations, and we're going to continue doing that. So thank you.
Yeah, they can't hear us.
Well, yes, they were.
We only hear you.
Which one?
We've had
What's
at
the noise?
least 10 separate canine teams from 3 different organizations that span from coast to coast.
All this. Oh, you can't hear anything right now.
Oh my gosh! Thank you for the question. These outside agencies.
Wait.
Everything to the case that I can.
Wait, hold on.
Our resources.
Hold on, guys. Let me rewind that just a little bit.
Thank you for the question.
I want to hear that question again real quick.
Bring everything.
3 different organizations that span from coast to coast.
Thank you, Brian. Oh my gosh! Thank you for the question.
Oh, okay.
These outside agencies bring everything to the case that I can't.
See, there's no lights going like this.
No, they're saying that they could hear us.
No, they can't. You guys hear us?
They said it was brushing their teeth.
Can you hear us? Can you hear me? How can you hear me?
These experienced, qualified people into these investigations for us is
Stop it! Stop touching me!
It's completely incredible and it's huge. The City of Fruitland Police Department continue
They said yes.
And handle those calls for service that we need to, while adding support to this team here
Knew
to
your
continue this
mind.
investigation. Yeah, it's incredible. So.
Has any additional equipment been brought outside from the police, like with these agencies?
I don't understand your question. So any other equipment? So we do have drones that have been brought in from the Meridian Police Department. We have an Idaho State Police drone, as well as a Payette County drone and a Sand Hollow Fire drone, all of which are pretty sophisticated, and they have FLIR capabilities, and we are continuing to use those as we search.
And just for the people that aren't familiar, could you explain what FLIR is?
FLIR is a forward-looking infrared thermal imaging device, and so we put that up there. We like to primarily do that in areas where it's a little bit cooler, so maybe in the morning or late at night, where we can get a little better signature or heat signature on those devices. And so we're continuing to do that. It's a great resource. So.
And is there anything you can release about? Was there any indication of a direction of travel or a direction that Michael might have gone or anything of that nature that you can release?
You know, I will tell you that he was last seen there on Southwest 9th. We're still trying to pin down some directions of travel, but I don't have that. You know, our goal is to find him, and we're going to continue hunting. And I will tell you that everything is on the table on this. Okay. So we're going to continue our search and rescue efforts. And I appreciate you guys. I thank you for being out here today. And having said that, would the family like to speak to this at all? No.
I just want to thank the community and all the enforcement agencies that have been continuously, tirelessly looking for him. And anybody that has any information, please contact the Fruitland PD. We just want our monkey home. We just miss our baby and we want him home.
Anything helps. Anything. So, thank you guys. All right, with that, we'll conclude. I thank you for coming.
Okay. All right. So that's going to be it with that. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Okay, so how does another little boy just vanish? And from what I see in the chat, everybody's saying that they didn't report him missing to like 3 days. And it's like, what do you mean 3 days? So 3 days went by. But then I seen somebody else left a chat that said they did report. So what do you guys know so far about this case? Do you know if little Michael was reported, or did they leave without reporting for 3 days. You guys let me know. Mama B and Faith, you guys here? Let me see here. Margaret, Miss Margaret, what do you have? Hey, Mama B and Faith, are you guys here?
Yes.
What do you know about this case with Michael? Anything?
This is the first time I've heard of this case.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, right? Another 5-year-old gone, missing, just vanished. And I've had a few people send me the link to this case involving little Michael, and everyone is saying 3 days went by without them even reporting him missing at all. So yeah, I'm reading through your guys' chat right now. You know, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. We have little kids that are just vanishing daily, and there's, I don't know. What do you think? Is there some type of pattern going on? Do I see some type of pattern? How come it seems like they all have the same story? Well, they were here, then gone. Nobody's seen anything. They were just gone.
The report was the same day, but the conference was 3 days later, apparently.
So the report, is that true? Where'd you see that at?
Freedom just sent me a text message to confirm that.
Okay, so it seems like they reported it the same night. Thank you for clearing that up. So they reported him gone the same night. But, I mean, no one's seen nothing at all. Nothing.
Until 3 days later?
No, 3 days later, that's when they ended up doing the press conference, I believe. But just like with Summer Wells, just like with the boys, no one's seen nothing. Now, let's go over to our boys, our California City boys real quick. This morning, I ended up getting another link sent to me. Let's go ahead and take a look at this now. Give me 1 second, guys. Let's see if we can pull it up real quick. Was it KGET? Was it Bones Found or something like that?
By the way, hi, Danny.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Okay, 20 hours ago. So this is the link
I've been looking for an easy
that was sent to me. Let's get past this commercial real quick.
way to make some extra cash. And I keep seeing these DoorDash ads on my phone, so...
New tonight, the sheriff's...
I have a lot of people that are hitting me up. And they for some odd reason, people are thinking, well, can it be one of the boys? Can it be one of the boys that was found?
It was a 40-year-old man.
And it's not. It was a what?
A 40-year-old man.
A 40-year-old man. But then, yeah, because I seen that thing that Crenshaw posted earlier, right? People are also saying, well, no, that was just the one guy, but there was something else found by a golf course, bones or something by a golf course. Let's take a look at this video real quick. Let's do some blue hearts for our boys in California City. And then we're going to move into Summer Wells, and then from Summer Wells, we will move into the soil samples. Here we go.
The office is investigating after finding what could be human remains in Northeast Bakersfield. Deputies were called to the Kern River near the Kern River Golf Course earlier this evening. The sheriff's office would not confirm what, if anything, was found there. Meanwhile, footage shows homicide detectives and rescue teams on scene for hours. One investigator from the coroner's office is seen carrying an object in a white sheet or tarp from the scene.
That right there. I think, okay, so you guys take a look at that, this news clipping right here, right? Here's I don't know if that's law enforcement or who that is, but because whatever she has, whatever she's carrying in her hands, a lot of people seem to think that it might have, I mean, look, that's not a 40-year-old man right there, right? What do you think that is in her hands? So that's what people are talking about. they're like, hey, it's like something very small that she's carrying. I can't see, her just carrying like a little body or something like that. But this is the reason why people are saying that they think it could be one of the boys. And I get it. Everybody wants answers for what's going on with the boys. Everybody wants to find the boys. I mean, I want to find the boys. We're doing everything we can to look for those boys. Just because you guys don't see me posting as much anymore doesn't mean that I'm not out there looking. I just don't want to post certain locations that we are searching at because of certain people. That's all it comes down to.
This is a developing story, and we'll update you as soon as more information comes in. If you know anything about this case, you're urged to call the sheriff's office at 861-3110 or the secret witness line at 322-4040.
Okay. Have we, hey, Mama B, Faith, you guys there?
I'm here.
And Danny, do we know if anyone has seen Trezell and Jacqueline anymore?
I'm not sure. Not anything like confirmed that I know of.
You guys haven't heard nothing, Faith?
Not from the public, no.
Yeah, it's almost like they just vanished off the face of the earth. And I mean, I know that we're not going to forget about our boys, excuse me, that are missing out there in California City, guys. That's not going to happen. We do need answers, man. Everybody who has their hearts involved with the case with Classic and Sincere, Orrin and Orson. I mean, it's been a very, very, very long time. And honestly, I haven't heard anything new about the boys. I've had a couple people try to get a hold of me and say, hey, I think one of the boys were found and blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. Why would Bakersfield PD, if they found one of the boys, why wouldn't they release that? Why wouldn't they tell us that they found one of the boys, right? Hey, can you guys hear me pretty good? Press 1 if you guys can hear me pretty good. I have the mic turned pretty much all the way up. It's like at max. So let me know if you can hear me. Press 1 if you can, please.
Can you also do an announcement about the party and to
Go ahead.
Okay. So on August 8th, there's going to be a birthday party for Sincere. And if you guys want to RSVP, contact Quiche on Facebook and RSVP with her.
Did you guys just hear that? And if not, then she can repeat herself one more time. You said get in contact with Quiche?
Yes.
Jennifer said, oh, yeah, we can hear you. I'm gonna sound like Jennifer.
Yeah, you're pretty loud.
Hold on. Oh, yeah, I can hear you. How's that?
She don't sound like that, Steve.
Oh, she doesn't sound like that? Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah. Danny, when is the birthday party?
August 8th.
So August the 8th. Yes, Susan, Duty Ron is trying to get, how do you say that? Equal Search to come out and search for the boys. Yeah, that would be a blessing, man. I mean, the more people that we could get to search for the boys, the better. We've looked.
I can kind of touch on that equal search thing if you want.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Faith.
Okay, so equal search. The thing is because of what's going on with the boys, the adoptive parents are not speaking. And Duty Ron is actually trying to contact BPD because it has to be BPD or the adoptive parents that allow the search to happen. That's all because of the evidence that is going into for this. If they find any evidence, it has to be reported to the police. Now, Texas Equal Search and Midwest Equal Search all do theirs a little bit different. They do it by the book. They're an organization that has to have the okay. That's what we're waiting on. However, we do not need people calling BPD to try to get this going further, because if you guys do that, I'm telling you, as I used to work with law enforcement, If you blow up our phones over somebody that's actually in an organization trying to help and an officer that is actually doing that step, you're going to blow the whole thing out of the water, and then Equal Search will not help at all. So we have to be very careful. We have to stay in the background and let Duty Ron and Equal Search work with the BPD to let them come on. That's where we're at right now.
Right. So what you're saying is people cannot be calling up there to Bakersfield Police Department asking questions, or is that what you mean?
They can't sit there and go, oh, well, Equal Search will help you, you know, stuff like that. You can ask questions about the case all you want.
Right.
But don't bring it about the Equal Search. Let the Duty Ron and Equal Search deal with that. They're getting somewhere in there. It's just right now we don't know if they okayed it or not. We don't know anything. So as of right now, I'm asking everybody, don't call BPD to push for the Equal Search, or else it won't happen, because they're being very touchy about all kinds of stuff up there in BPD, obviously.
Right. Right. Now, I don't know much about Equal Search, but I do hear that they're a pretty big organization, right?
Yes.
Can I chime in?
Yeah,
yes,
of course.
Please.
So, EquiSearch is essentially a nonprofit organization. The people that are part of the team are everyday people like me and you, and each has a specific part. These people take time off from work to come search for missing people. They leave their families at home over the weekend to try to bring closure to other families, and so it's truly a very positive. It's truly a very positive, selfless giving organization. And Roro, cousin of one of the boys, and Duty Ron have already reached out to BPD. All right, so that's already in the works right now. I can't say enough about Duty Ron and Jennifer Nobles and Roro and Quiche and just the United We Stand family in general. I can't say enough about the determination to not give up. Duty Ron has donated close, I think he said $11,000. Or we, his supporters, his family, have donated $11,000.
Of course.
Allowing that billboard, I think he said through August and September.
And you see, you're able to do that when your channels are monetized and you're bringing in, I'm talking about a lot of views. You guys, the supporters, the listeners, the people here on YouTube, you guys are making that happen, because Duty Ron wouldn't be able to do this over and over and over again if it wasn't for you guys watching the videos. I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing if it wasn't for you guys watching the videos. You know, you're able to bring in a little revenue. I mean, you have to make thousands. You would have to get literally hundreds of thousands of views to make and become wealthy off of YouTube. But we're making just enough to keep searches going, to keep on, doing the soil samples, or, these signs and different things like that. Go ahead. I'm not trying to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, good points. It's about the exposure, and it's almost like when people say, what is it about pennies, or everything adds up, every penny counts.
Yeah.
Every single one of you guys watching and supporting and liking and sharing the story of these missing children and these missing adults, mothers, fathers, grandparents, just missing people in general. Each one of us together with the support, we're not only exposing and bringing exposure to these cases and awareness, so we can be more aware and of possible situations like that. We can protect our kids and the kids in our neighborhood, and really just, we got to be
Kiki, can I
close to our
interrupt?
kids. We got to be close to our kids. Yes, you can.
Right.
All right, I want all of you guys to understand this. The UWS family does not see any money coming in. We work on our own. We work together as a family. We do not use that money to for us. We use it for the cases. That's all we're using the money for. So I'm just letting you guys know because I've heard it over and over how we're getting paid somehow. We're not getting paid. Trust me, if we were getting paid, we would most
Yeah,
of
that's
us would
crazy.
be living in our own houses, and some of us don't.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
Thank
that
you,
I'm just
Faith.
letting you guys know.
Thank you, Faith, because that was the point I was trying to get, but I'm so tired. It's late here in Tennessee.
I
I'm gonna
know.
out
Thank you guys for those blue hearts and praying hands. Yeah, you know what? You guys know there's some very evil, sick, and twisted people out here, especially in the world of the internet. Very evil
Oh
people.
yeah.
You know, that would do anything and
I,
everything to, stop anything that's positive. They'll do anything in their little demonic power to stop it. And that's just how they are. That's why I've just said, you know what? I've learned from it. I'm done. I'm not dealing with them folks. I don't care what they say or do. I don't care anymore. I won't even give this person or any of them a view ever again in my whole life. Period. Little Miss Sunshine, thank you. Where are the boys? Thank you for that super chat, Little Miss Sunshine. Blue hearts for the boys, guys. Now, did you guys want to touch? I know you guys know a lot that's going on with Summer Wells, right?
oh
You want to
man.
go ahead and you guys want to touch on the Summer Wells case and bring me
I'm
up to
gonna
speed.
hand that to Kiki.
Kiki, go ahead, because I know you're out there in Tennessee. It's getting late, and I know
I'll
that you
come
want
in
to.
when you need me.
No,
All right,
it's
go ahead.
okay. It's all right. I haven't been sleeping, but I have this strange energy. I
New
don't know.
tonight, the sheriff's office is
Maybe y'all just
investigating
knew
after
that, but
finding.
man, Summer Wells, there is so much. There is so much details that's been given to the public and so many interviews.
Make a difference in.
It's mind-boggling. Hang on, let me go inside. The neighbors being noisy. So, the amount of information, pictures, video, exposure that Summer has gotten, or that we have, is insane. I mean, it's insane. So the speculation, the groups, the talking, the rumors. What?
Oh Lord. It seems like we're spinning our heads over this.
Hang on. I'm sorry. I just don't have a quiet place right now. I was talking loud and I woke up my daughter. I'm just going to go back outside. Y'all can hear me okay, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So back on track. Hopefully everybody has watched the interview room interviews. I think probably the most important one was the one last night. And my wheels have been turning since I heard that video. I listened to it again today. And
Which video is that? Is it on YouTube?
Wait, yeah, which one?
The interview room from last night with Dawn
What was
or
the
Chris.
title?
Y'all haven't seen it? Seriously?
I heard of the last one I knew about was when I talked to you this morning about what Don posted.
Oh yeah, this live.
Hey, if anybody wants to join in on this StreamYard and you know anything about Summer's case, you guys feel free. I'm gonna put up an invite real quick. Feel free to jump on in, and I'll put you here. There's the link. Just click on that link, and then you could join, and I'll put you right in. Go ahead, Mom.
Is that the one where he was talking about Dawn?
Yeah, it was all about Dawn.
Okay, I remember it now. All right. My days are messed up.
Etc. And I truly, truly do believe there are two major parts to what happened and the disappearance of Summer Wells. One being, Chris said that they drug tested, or Dawn said they drug tested them that night on the scene, and Candace tested positive for marijuana. Okay, whatever. There's a lot of great parents that smoke marijuana or people that need it. So, I'm not going to judge on that. But we know for a fact she left at least one of her children at home, okay? Because she said she yelled, "Wyatt, watch your sister." I do think it was a common thing for her to put Summer in the house with the boys so she could go across into grandma's trailer and they would smoke weed or whatever. They would get high. It might be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, because when Candace said, I think in her Chris McDonald video, Candace said, I walked back over to grandma's step and helped her fix her knee brace or whatever it was. And she
Right.
also added in, she said, I walked back over to help my mom with her knee brace and things like that, or something like that. It was like, and stuff like that. Like there was more to it than just the knee brace. And it's the first time she said it that way. So it tells me that they did whatever they did, right? So yeah, I have looked at the line of sight and I understand the ground is uneven and there are probably blind spots. But I'm telling you right now, if in order to make both of their stories fit and work, Dawn says they took her, the dogs went down the dog path to the road, okay? Dawn's insisting on that somebody snuck up there and got her. All right, let's think about this. That video Dawn did was loud. Loud, loud, loud. And there's dogs outside, okay? So how could we make this work with both stories being basically correct, other than Candace and Grandma were in the trailer? The dogs probably barked randomly anyway. If Summer had gone out the back door to her swing or on the back porch, somebody could have been watching and waiting for their opportunity. Somebody that lives close by or that's been around or worked in the area for a couple of days, possibly, that have seen this little girl outside alone, unattended. That's one thing. And that would be a very small, in my opinion, possibility that it would be a stranger abduction. If it was a stranger abduction, it was something that just they saw a moment of opportunity and it was somebody that had been in the area recently. I don't think that's what happened. I think that the other half of the theory is Candace and Grandma were one in the trailer. So if somebody had taken Summer and the dogs barked and they ran down that
We got people in the chat saying that Dawn helped.
Well, there's a lot of speculation about Dawn's whereabouts as of right now, okay? The 911 call was made at 6:30. Chris McDonald let out that Dawn told him he got home at 5:30. There are some discrepancies because Dawn is saying they didn't block the roads, that the police weren't there when he got home. But Chris,
Hey, that's pretty crazy.
it's
So
But
Dawn
see,
is
you
saying,
gotta hold on. You're skipping a part. The thing is Don said that he went down, or someone said that he went down to the shed first. When he came up to go to the house, he told the boys to go home. I believe it was Don that said he went to the shed first instead of going straight home. Now, when he went straight home, he said the cops weren't there, but the cops are saying that he was there. They were at the bottom of the driveway when he got home. So it's a lot of discrepancies right there.
So my feeling is that Dawn did come home. Let's all put everything back an hour. So let's say something happened. Dawn got home at 5:30. Police were not there because they hadn't been called yet. There was something happened before that, okay? Whatever it was, it happened. If this is the case that the parents are suspects or whatever. Somebody tell me
Sorry
where
for
I was
laughing.
at. Where was I going with that?
Basically, he had to come home earlier if he supposedly
Yeah,
told the
said
boy
that.
to go to, because it doesn't make sense.
Right. So my
And
thing
he
is
said, how far was he away?
45 minutes, and he made it, and he told Chris 2 times. He told Chris 30 minutes. He said 30 minutes and he said 40 minutes. But here's my thing.
But
If we think of everything back an hour, wherever he went, he might have said he went back to work. I don't know. He could have left his phone at home. He may have said he went back to work, or he could have gone 30 or 40 minutes in any direction. Because we want to think about when those calls were made. If this was premeditated, those calls were planned. Okay? So he could have drove 30 or 40 minutes any direction, however long exactly it took him to get home and show up at the house. My guess is if they are involved, that's going to be where we'll find Summer. If something happened, an accident or whatever, and he disposed of Summer, my guess is it's somewhere in the radius of his drive time home. Yeah, I know it's a lot. And I hope I don't sound crazy.
You don't sound crazy, because that's a lot of our thoughts, really, when you think about it. Why are we okay? I'm not saying why are we on this case. Let me rephrase that. I'm tired, guys. I am so sorry. The
We've
thing
been on the
is
surface.
that
You're trying to say we've been on the surface. We're just touching the surface. Nobody's really had a deep discussion about really the reality of what probably happened, like
you know what I feel? This is gonna sound bizarre as heck, but he was there too fast, supposedly. So was he already there and he took someone off the property? Because those dogs did not bark. If those dogs went crazy, as they all say these dogs do, it would have been somebody that they didn't know. They're not gonna
So
bite the hands that feed them.
is that true about Don? How Tay Brooks says that Don admitted to being a past sex abuser on an interview.
according to Chris Dono, his conversation with Don Wells, he talks about this in his video from last night. His conversation with Don Wells, the accusations from Dawn's stepmother's children was that her name is her. Okay. The accusation was that he used to take her off on motorcycle rides, and they would go into the woods and they had sexual relations. And we were all shocked when he let that information out.
Yeah.
So now, she has validation that it did happen. He admitted it. I have no idea what kind of leverage she's got after all these years. I don't know the legalities of it, if she can press charges or not, but he just admitted it. But only Chris has that audio, you know what I mean? So I'm sure law enforcement has that audio as well. And I'm sorry if you're 12 years old or 9 years old. He was really young to be doing this with, I guess she was his age, I think. But he would offer to take the other children on motorcycle rides, and she wouldn't let them go. She sacrificed herself every single time. She knew what was going to happen, and she didn't want the other kids to deal with it or go through it. And he threatened her, I believe, but I can't remember what his threat was. If she told, maybe somebody in the chat can help us out.
So Don's the dad, right?
Yes.
And he's the one that's been doing all kinds of, I guess, social media updates and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, he's going he's going wild. He's apparently like a jailbird Christian where, you know, he goes off the rails doing cocaine and drugs and drinking and goes to jail and picks up the Bible and has this revelation and comes out like a new Christian. And he is so...
Yeah, and then he just goes back to doing it again.
Exactly. And apparently a week or two ago, somebody called him and said they were in with the TBI and that the
RC,
TBI...
what's up, man? What's up, RC?
And
Thank you for that super chat. Go ahead. Sorry about that, Mom.
All right. He had... Hang on. Let me find my... I'm so tired, y'all. Where was I going again, Faith? Help me out.
I don't know. I was reading something in chat and kind of made me question something. It was from CL4616, I believe. What do you mean by his ex-wife and he sold the kids? Because the kids that was sold were actually Candace's kids that he was trying to sell that got adopted out. So who's the ex-wife?
No, that's not correct.
I know it's not correct. That's what I'm reading in chat, though. That's what I was trying to find out.
Oh, okay. Basically at this point, it's a rumor that Dawn's two oldest children.
Okay.
One is a registered sex offender, and his name is also Donald Wells, like the third or something. And the other one, I'm not sure. I don't know who the other one is.
Because
it's a daughter. It's a daughter. He had a boy and a girl. And there was rumor that when the little boy was 3 or 4, he took him down to a corner and tried to sell him for drugs. And that then the biological mother intervened and got the kids back. And then what Faith was talking about was Candace's 2 older children, not from Donald. They're adults now. I think the youngest is 18. Candace, when she was, I think, 19 is when she had her first child. She was young. And she was in an abusive relationship who got her hooked on meth, I believe. And apparently, I don't know, apparently both Dawn and Candace didn't, heavily neglected their kids, but they weren't even together when this happened. So there's rumors about Candace's kids having her oldest having dirty diapers, and she's on drugs and this, that, and the other. So her kids got taken away by CPS. It is a rumor that Candace's... Oh my God, my cats are fighting. Stop. It's a rumor that Rosemary Bly, Candace's missing sister, who went missing in 2009.
This sounds like a crazy
There's so
story.
much detail in this case, y'all. I hope you're getting the gist of it. But there was rumors that Candace's 2 older kids were under the care of Rosemary Bly, which is Candace's sister that went missing in 2009.
Rosemarie or Rosemary? I thought it was Rosemary.
Sorry, Rosemary.
I was just joking because I'm like looking at my notes going,
Yeah, it's
sorry.
No disrespect, but she basically, her story is, again, she's Candace's sister, Grandma Candace's other daughter. She apparently takes her car and her key, takes everything. She's gonna go, I think it was like a mile and a half away or 5-mile drive to a bar to meet one of her friends. Well, she never made it, and her friend that she was going to see never knew about these plans to meet up.
There's so much to this case. It's not just what's going on with Summer. It is his history.
Here, you guys, give us a second. We have Katie. Katie has tried to join a couple times. Let's see what Katie has to say. Okay. Katie, are you there?
I'm gonna mute out.
Katie, you there? Katie. Katie. Okay, I just removed Katie. Try to join back again if you need to. Let me see here. Queen. Join inside the StreamYard. Just join us. I'm going to share the link again. Anybody can join. If you guys have any information that you want to put out there, whether it be about the boys, whether it be about Summer, or whether it be about little Michael, I don't know if you guys just joined, but there's another little boy, 5 years old, missing from Idaho. Go ahead, Mama B, since Katie, we couldn't hear Katie, so if you want to, go ahead and pick up where you left off at.
Okay. Give me like 10 seconds.
Ten. Come on back in. Let me see here. I'm trying to read through the chat, guys. And okay, Katie's back again. Let's see if we can get Katie on here. Hold on. Go ahead, Katie. You're on.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yay. Okay. It's storming here, so I may get kicked off again, but I just wanted to say I'm local here for the Summer case.
Okay.
And I watched the Chris McDonough show last night, which I think you should watch it. It's really telling. He did speak to Dawn's stepsister, Chris did. And then he did talk to Dawn also on the phone, and Dawn did verify that he did mess with his sister when they were kids, which is really screwed up. Yes.
And where's this video at? Where can I find this video?
The interview room.
Okay, go ahead. I'm just going to look it up while you're still talking.
Okay. It's last night's episode. He's done a lot of interviews with the 15-year-old boy Hunter that's also involved, and then Candace, the mother, and now he's talking to Dawn, and of course Dawn's lashing out at him today over all the bullshit from last night. But he also said that they shared a room and a bed with 5-year-old Summer since the day she was born.
Is it the video that says Dawn Wells, there's a gag order, stay away?
Yes, okay. It should be that one.
Okay, yeah, well, after you're done, we'll go ahead and take a look at this video for all the people that hasn't seen it yet. I'm one of them, so we'll just, watch it together. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, but I mean, you could go ahead and roll the video. It'll tell you a lot. He's got a lot of really good information, and he's a very smart man, and he knows how to work people. I mean, he's been in it for years. This is what he did for a living. So it's like he knows how to get people to talk and to get people on his side and to open up and to feel comfortable with them. And I think it's great. He may be the answer to finding Summer. We'll see.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, awesome. We'll go ahead and do that. Let me, I'm going to press play on this video. It has a quick commercial. Oh, no, it's not even a commercial. That's the beginning of this video. Let's see if we can fast forward just a little bit.
If you get a chance tonight, go ahead and hit that.
Okay, guys, so we are looking at the interview room titled Dawn Wells, There's a Gag Order. This is my first time seeing this video. We'll go ahead and take a look at it. We have Mama B and Faith. They both said something about this video already as well as Katie. So he has to be pretty good at what he does, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead, and you guys don't mind, go ahead and press 1 in the chat if you guys are willing to check out his video. You guys press 1. That way we can check it out right now. I'm sure a lot of other people have seen this video already. All right, let's go ahead and Check it out.
Those buddy emojis, I'm sure I appreciate that, right, bud? Yep. Okay, there you go. Well, we've got a lot to cover here tonight, and first of all, I want to thank each of you. This last week and a half here, Karen and I have been going 100 miles an hour, and we feel your love and support for this little baby here, Summer, and we're just so grateful for the sweet people in Tennessee and all of the folks in Kingsport and around the area. They have just been so gracious to us and we've just met so many new people and made many friends. And as a clarity on all of this, what I'd like to ask always is to make sure that we keep this our chat classy, treat each other with kindness, have opinions. That's why we're here. But just as we can kind of do, just keep it respectful. We've got a lot to cover down here tonight. I literally about an hour ago got off the phone with Dawn. We spent about 2 hours together talking, and we're going to talk about some of that because I just have so much to break down, to be honest with you. But I will tell you a lot of what he shared. And he's also supposed to send me a video on some things. So as soon as I get all of this together and in its proper place, then I'll have a better feeling as to what type of information we should talk about. But so one of the things I want to tell you right up front is Don sent me a message on Wednesday that basically said, look, I'm under a gag order and you just need to stay away. Okay. And that was his message. And when he called me today, to be honest with you, I was surprised. But when he did call me, he said, look, he said, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. The gag order is about the boys. It's not about Summer. And I told him, I said, yeah, I'd already confirmed that with the court. And I'm glad you're calling me. And, so we set off on a pretty good foundation for this call today. And we're hoping to have another one. But I've got to really, put a lot of things together. And I want to talk to you tonight about, some of the things I think are pretty clear in my mind as well. I think in other people's minds, such as Coop and some other folks at the cold case. So one of the things that where we left off is, we talked about the possibility of stranger abduction. Okay. And as you remember on our last video, we talked about what are the possibilities in relationship to the probabilities of this being an incident where, and there goes Bud, and this being an incident where, just a total random stranger just comes off of the street, goes up that property and, just kind of snatches this kid, this little baby. Well, I got the timeline from Don as what time he arrived. And I want to be sensitive to that because I know law enforcement is holding that close to the vest. And so I'm going to hold it close to the vest. And I know you understand why that could potentially be important. Okay. But what we want to get down to into the nitty gritty here is I have now come to tonight a bingo card of about 1,000 that this is not a random abduction like the other situation that most recently we saw. My belief at this point is that this is somebody knows connected to the property. Somebody had access to the property. Okay. There's one theory that I have that I've been, thinking about is
makes sense.
This is a situation where even Don and I talked about the possibilities of an accident. He said, no, it's not an accident. That's his opinion. Okay. The second one is we talked about where Grandma was, where Candace was, how these phone calls were made, what time did they come in, who were you with, those types of those types of questions that we talked about at length, and you're going to hear those. Okay, they literally just happened, within the last hour in terms of when we finished. And I told our mods, who by the way are the best in YouTube in my opinion, Miss Sophia, Maui Girl, Mimi J2, Four Sons Mom, and Melissa Hart. We're grateful for you. But I told the mods,
no, I gotta, protest on that one because I think my mods might be a little bit better than yours.
we have a mod channel, and I said, look, just be heads up here, be akamai, as they say in Hawaii, because I have a feeling that maybe Don, well, I know he's watching because he said he watches. Okay. We're gonna get down into the nitty gritty here in relationship to now. Maybe it's not somebody laying in the basement or anything to that scenario, right? I asked what the boys were doing. He said they were playing Minecraft. When he came up, and we'll break that down here in a minute. The boys were down by that shed. Remember I showed that shed the other day? When he came up, he saw the boys around the shed. Okay? And we're going to talk a little bit more about that as, what was going on at that time. So I have prepared tonight a presentation about why I've come to the conclusions that I've come to here. Okay? And there's going to be a couple things that I think all of us are going to, find interesting. Okay. But there's a lot of moving parts here. I think I have a lot of information that, quite frankly, I know LE has. There, have been some things about talking about who is in the circle, who's not in the circle. But before we get into that, okay, I want to share a suspectology / victimology. Okay, and tonight, what happens is in these investigations, pretty quickly, the family is sat down. There's an intense focus and clarity on the family, and of course, that means Grandma, Candace, Don, and the boys. Okay, at that point. So that's exactly what LE did, and they have some opinions. I've talked to some folks, and what I'm going to share with you tonight is solid. I don't speculate. I don't guess. Okay, I'm going to tell you this is real data. Okay, so I'm going to ask you again to please let's be kind to each other for the sake of this little baby. Okay, and I'm getting text. You'll see text coming in.
Oh, what just happened? Wait a minute.
I don't know yet.
Wait a minute. What just happened?
Are you? This is real data. Show.
Hey, sorry about that, guys. I don't know what just happened. It looks like it skipped over a little bit. Didn't mean for that to happen, but I could tell you guys this much. Oh, that's what happened. You guys, give me a sec. For some reason, it knocked us off. Let me go back to share screen. I can tell you guys this much. I like this guy. This guy, Don Wells. I like this guy.
No, not Don Wells. It's Chris.
Or Chris, I'm sorry. Don Wells. That's the guy. The other guy. I like this guy. The interview room, Chris. Sorry about that, man. Tiffany, Marie, if you want to join the live stream, please feel free to do so. From what I hear, you know a lot about what's going on with this case, and we would love to have you up on here if you want to join. I shared the link in the comments. Now let's get back to Chris's video.
I'm going to ask you.
Hey, can you guys hear first? Let's do that real quick. Can you guys hear pretty well? If you can, just press 1 really quick, and we'll get right back to it. And Katie, do you still want to stay in here, or what were you trying to do? Did you want to wait in here, or were you done?
Sure, I'll stay unless somebody else wants to join in, then you can just kick me out of here.
All right, well, I won't be rude and just boot you. I'll let you know, though. But
Okay.
I need to pay. I actually need to pay for this application again. Once you pay for the app, then you can have a lot more people on here, and then it won't say StreamYard up there in the corner. Like, that lets everybody know, like, oh, he didn't pay for the application. Look, he got some little StreamYard logo up there on the top. All right, Tiffany, we would love to have you. I'm going to post the link one more time. Bam. And let's get back over here to the interview room.
Again, to please, let's be, let's be kind to each other for the sake of this little baby. Okay, and I'm getting text. You'll see text coming in during this because it's on my other screen over there. But it's from Brian McKenzie's mom, Frances, over in Jackson, Tennessee, where I'm helping her too. So let's see here. Okay, so here's what I want to do. I want to talk about Don tonight. Okay, and I want to have, a real honest, appraisal of where he's at, what we talked about today, where Candace is. But what we have to do is we have to focus on him first, okay, and kind of do this, breaking down who is Don, okay, who's Don Wells, okay. I've come to know him now, a little bit deeper. We've probably been talking, for at least a week, and he did not want to sit down with me a couple of times. We talked about why that would be, and he kept telling me it was the gag order. But quite frankly, I wasn't convinced that he wasn't dodging me. Okay, and we talked about that. Okay? And I want to give all of these family members, the respect that they deserve, even though, okay, even though that they could be in the circle. I don't know yet. Okay, I will tell you this though, okay, that I have a lot of people who have gone to prison, quite frankly, and I've received letters from them thanking me for treating them with respect, even though they did something atrocious. Okay, and so that's exactly what I'm going to do as this investigation, is still onward and upward. Everybody in this chat here tonight and watching this, I hope you see this number going by. Okay, this is for a 5-year-old little girl. Okay, and we need to keep remembering that. Okay, so let's kind of break this down, and then I'll break down some of the comments or some of the statements that Don and I talked about today, and we'll go from there. Okay. All right. So that says. So let's talk about criminal history, number one. And why is this important? Because you have to, past behavior is an indication of future behavior. Okay? And that all behavior is purposeful. Okay? So you have to take a look at what was in the past and could it project itself into the future. Okay. So with Don, this is a brief documented criminal history. And, we talked about this. I gave him a heads up. Okay. And he was charged in Arkansas with possession of counterfeit substances and burglary. He was charged in Utah in 1990 and 2001, attempted aggravated assault. And what he told me was that he ripped off a guy's truck. He hot-wired a guy's truck, got all of his stuff, and basically, sold it. Okay. At that time, he mentioned that he was struggling with, an addiction. He, was doing all kinds of drugs, cocaine, and a variety of other things. And he was, doing all kinds of different things. So, he admitted, while I was talking to him that, yeah, hey, I've got, this real problem in my past. And, and these are his words. Okay. And so we have to look at that and say, okay, well, what are the other things there? So he has interfering with a public servant. He has a forgery charge. So that means he's good at telling stories. Okay. Burglary of a dwelling and theft. That means he breaks into stuff to steal. Okay. And then, after all of that stuff in Utah, and I'm only going to give you a sample. Okay. Is he was convicted and sent time in prisons, went to prison. And by the way, we talked about, that this was going to go. I'm going to keep repeating that. He tells me, he said, look, he says, in prison, I kind of have this, one-off, transformation. Okay. He saw a book in a celly's, bookshelf. He reached up, grabbed that book, and it was his beginning of his religious journey. Okay. And so he's been kind of chasing that journey. Admittedly, he said, look, I've fallen so many times in his mind that, I do alcohol, I do drugs or whatever the situation is. And he says, and I just keep going backwards in this circle. Okay. And, he admitted he has, has some anger issues. He admitted that, he's trying to do his best with, the way things are going in his life right now. He's struggling with car payments. He said he's paying about $600 a month for that Subaru. And so he works all the time. And so, he's trying to put food on the table is basically was his messaging to me at this point. So let's keep moving. This one was interesting though. And I haven't talked to him about this, but I'm going to break it down here. So at approximately 12:45, August 13, 2001, members of the Hawking County Sheriff's Department, FBI, and Tennessee State Highway Patrol went to his house, and they were looking for him because there was an NCIC, which is the National Crime Information Center, warrant in his in the system because he was a fugitive from justice. Okay. Now, what's interesting in this is they found him hiding in a storage room at the house. So basically, he was trying to evade them. Okay. Now, when he called me the other day, and last week when I apologized to Candace, he was pretty upset that I said he was hiding in the shed. Okay. Now, he denies hiding in the shed, and I don't know. I had a sense that somebody was there, but he says he wasn't there. Candace says he wasn't there. So, I'll just put that in my quiver. I apologized, to both of them if he wasn't there. Okay. But I found this an interesting correlation.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and pause that really fast. We have a couple people. Well, we have Infamous Truth Teller. Did you want to add anything to this live stream? I noticed that you joined.
No, I'm just listening. I think I saw it yesterday. But I just was coming into your chat because I just wanted to see what was going on and see what you guys are talking about. But
okay, yeah.
I don't know. It's all suspicious. Yeah, it's all suspicious.
Yeah, thank you for joining. I thought maybe you
Yeah,
had
no
something
problem.
that you wanted to say about Summer Wells case. I haven't seen this video yet. This is my first time watching it, and I think
Yes.
it might be the first time for some people. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
just
why
want to see.
I don't want to say anything because I think I saw it yesterday. But I mean, it's always good. I want to see it again because it's always good to go watch it over again because catch things that you didn't catch before.
Right, of course.
So,
Yeah, well, thank you for being here.
yeah,
I'm trying to see if Tiffany Marie still going to join? Is she still in here?
in the chat.
If you're still here, Tiffany, and you got the time, come on in. Come on in. So I'm going to be screening pretty much every person that joins into this chat. Just a little screen because it seems like people like to share penis pictures and porn bomb people's live streams. So yeah, we
Hey,
can't get caught like that. So
I just had one question,
it's all right.
AB. Did you see? Think I sent you? They found some remains in the Kern County River. Did you
Yeah.
see that I sent you? Okay, I just wanted to
Yeah.
see if you
Well,
got it.
I guess the remains belongs to a 40-year-old man, supposedly.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see if you got it or not.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you for saying it.
Uh-huh. No,
Let me let's see if we have somebody by the name of Tay Brooks.
Make sure they show their face.
Tay Brooks, are you there, Tay?
Yeah, I'm here.
Did you want to add anything to what's going on?
I just you know, it is odd that all the lies and the twisting of the story, all that. I wanted to comment on Chris's video, but Candace saying that she shared the room with her brother, but then she's been sleeping in their room. And what do we really know? She said they took the boys away and it has nothing to do with Summer's case. In my opinion, it's probably because the sexual abuse allegations. Like, it's just, if you're innocent, why all the lies and the twisting of the story? And it seems like the parents are more worried about what social media thinks than finding their daughter. And there's people saying that we're judging them because they're not very wealthy in the chat and stuff. That has nothing to do with it. We're only reacting to their actions. And I don't know. I just wanted to listen to the video and see what you said about it and then comment on it. But I can call
That's
back
true.
in.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Appreciate you for joining.
She's right though too, because there's so many discrepancies. I'm sorry, Amy. Because I know that Candace, she says like in the beginning when she did the interview with Chris McDonough, when she did the interview, she was at the lake in the first part of the interview, and she said that the boys were asleep, but they were awake watching TV. And he's like, "How did you be asleep and awake watch TV?" So when they go to the house, she points out, she goes, "Well, the boys are sitting right there, and it's at the dining room table. So how are they sleeping and watching TV, sitting in chairs at the dining room table?" You know what I mean? Like even something
Right.
like that is, it's just a discrepancy into what's being said. You don't know who's telling the truth. Everybody's chasing their tail. But I know that
Right.
Don he's talking. He's just telling on himself. He can't help it. I think too
So
because he drinks.
what do you believe? Do you believe that Don is involved?
There was that guy that was camping down he bought some land that's right next to them on Ben Hill Road, and he has sexual has charges and stuff. He's like an older gentleman. He's an older man. I don't know, he's 70s, but I guess he doesn't have a house on the property, but he has land that he bought. So I guess he was camping out there, and some other people were complaining about it. But he actually took down his Facebook, but he puts pictures, missing children. He would always post missing children on his Facebook. And then when Summer Wells went missing, nobody's saying that, he did it, but he did a lot of weird things too, because then, when she went missing, he didn't post her missing thing until like a week later. And then he shaved, he had a big long beard, like a biker beard, and he shaved all that off, and he's all shaven, and he's like no longer in the area anymore. But he's like he was going out of his way to see where it was post. But who knows? I think that they're involved. I think they do know something. I think they got lost in translation of whatever their addictions were, and yeah, they made some decisions that they shouldn't have made, and something happened. I don't know what happened, but I think they know what's going on. They know.
Wow. Well, yeah, well, thank you for that. Hey, RC, you are on.
Hey, what's up, Steve? How you doing?
Good, bro. How are you?
I'm all right. I've been trying to stay away from YouTube because it seems like every day is just something more depressing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn.
Right.
But but maybe I want to say that, man, these and no disrespect to people that might think they're psychics, but the psychics that get involved in these cases, they just make things so much worse. You know what I'm saying? Because they bring like oh man, just yesterday I saw how the news came out and said that law enforcement denied having anything to do with these psychics, but then you got these psychics over there running around making it seem like they're working with law enforcement. You know what I'm saying? So it just muddies the waters even worse. It's just it's bad. And I have I have first I've seen this in person where these psychics giving hope to these people, basically just lying. They're just stringing people on, and that's fucked up. That's just really fucked up.
Yeah, that is.
I mean, it's just as bad as what's his name? Them other weird ass creators that just do this shit for clout or for a couple bucks. You know what I'm saying? They're just sad.
Right.
But if all you people listening, you guys got kids, take care of your kids. Don't leave them out your sight. Basically, just hey, I don't give a fuck. Be overprotected, because I'd rather be overprotected than be on here looking for my child. You know what I'm saying?
I think we should all be more aware of everybody's children, even if you see them bother themselves. Just be aware of these kids.
Man, just take care of your kids. Because believe me, if something would happen to mine, I would not be out there, doing the shit these motherfuckers would be. I'll go back to prison if anything. You know what I'm saying? Because some of them are getting paid for that shit. But God bless you, Steve, man. You one of the only few I respect actual creators out here that doing the damn thing with honesty and has his heart involved. Because all these other ones, 99.9% of them are just cloud chasing on me. So thank you, homie. Thank you for doing what you do.
I appreciate you, bro.
All right, God bless you, homie.
God bless you too, man. All right, let me get Mama B back up in here. Okay, guys. So, did you guys want to share anything else before we hit play on this video again?
I do.
So, okay, here. You guys keep in mind real quick. Because I did not pay for the app yet, we're only allowed to have, I think, 5 people on here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if anybody tries to join in, they're gonna just be sitting in the backstage into other people back out. So as of right now, there's nobody backstage, so everybody's good to go. All right, go ahead and add to it if you want.
Me?
Yeah, whoever wanted to talk right now.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to make a couple more points. Things that I've thought about. So there are accusations of SA, sexual assault, against Summer. Well, where in that house do you guys think that would happen? In the basement, right? The dungeon. I mean, it's a disaster. So
It looks like a dungeon.
yeah. And if the SA is going on, do you guys really think Summer would go down in the basement by herself?
Well, that depends, because if she's used to that lifestyle, probably. I mean, people that live in caves and live in brick walls and stuff like that, and that's all they know, yeah, they would. It may be her safety. Yeah, I don't know. That's what's weirder about it.
Summer is attention seeking. Her mother even said, she don't leave my side. She doesn't go out of my side. Like I really don't think Summer would go to the basement by herself. I just don't. unless maybe Josie was down there watching TV. But I do think somebody was down there, either one of the boys, or she never went down there.
It has to
I
be, like I
agree.
said, it had to be. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I agree. I don't think for 1 minute that 5-year-old little girl went to the basement by herself willingly. I have a 5-year-old and she won't even go to the bathroom with all the lights on in the house.
Yeah.
I mean, she's
And
afraid
then
of
I was
See,
thinking
my kids
too.
were opposite. My kids rather be go on their own at 5. So
I
we
was
all
thinking
had
too, because
different.
they said Summer was so over, she was like a little tomboy, and that she was that the boys would kind of, the brothers are going to get annoyed with her. I was thinking there might be a accident. Maybe one of them kind of like she was by going down the basement or by those stairs, and maybe she fell. Maybe she got pushed, by one of the brothers. You don't know,
You never know.
because nobody knows what happened. But I knew something happened, She could have
Something
easily
could
got
have
pushed
happened.
down
There
there,
was,
like
it was
leave me alone, or and they could have an accident could have happened.
Did you guys
the
see the
house was a
video?
death trap. The house
Yes,
is
it
a death
was.
trap.
It was. Did you see Chris's other video that shows how he got downstairs when he was following
Oh my
Candace?
God.
Yeah.
I mean, that's creepy as hell. There's no way she went down there by herself willingly. I just don't believe that at all.
And
I don't.
nobody has brought that point up, first of all.
Chris didn't even want to go down there following her.
Right?
And it was worth, it was actually exactly, when you look at those stairs, you wonder, I bet it's going to be creepy down there. And it was.
Yeah, like what was that? A table that they had to crawl underneath? Or a countertop or something they had to crawl under to get down the stairs? That was just
You guys were talking about the basement, or
yeah, to get
There's
downstairs.
a thing that looks like, okay, there's a thing
It was
that
like a
looks
little
like a
bar
table.
area.
Yeah, like a table, like a desk table, whatever. And then there's a doorway that isn't even big enough for me to fit in, and I'm only 5'3".
It's a
so
It looks like it would probably be like a tornado shelter, like a shelter, you know what I mean, for cover, like if there was a tornado or
yeah,
something.
it's like it was almost like a cellar, not a basement. I don't know. It was weird. The whole design was weird. I
That's her
have
own,
family
like,
in
she
architecture.
doesn't have anything to compare it to as a child. Like she
And-
wouldn't know anything different. So if all her toys are down there, why wouldn't she go down there to play alone?
Well, here's
That's my
That's
point
true,
too.
too.
I have a point again. Like I have a.
You don't know it's not normal until you see different,
Okay,
Yeah.
Exactly.
True.
remember,
What we perceive as normal, what the Appalachians and all them do differently. They live in a different lifestyle, especially up in the Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia, all that. When you go up into those mountains, I'm telling you, and I should know because my son's father was from that area. Their world is way different. You would think we were back in the 1800s. Seriously.
Okay. Elizabeth, you can join the StreamYard. I just shared the link. Can you turn down that in the background, because we got feedback coming through, whoever that is.
They gotta turn their
Elizabeth,
YouTube
you
off.
have a voice as well. Nobody's gonna bully you in here, but we don't tolerate that over here. So you have a voice. Everybody has their opinion, and I would like to hear your opinion, to be honest with you, because Elizabeth is saying
so
pretty much that people are, just bashing, the Summer Wells' parents and stuff like that. I kind of want to see what she has to say, just to,
Yeah,
hear
because it
her
always
out
to
and
hear
get-
all points of view,
Exactly.
Right.
So go ahead and feel free to join on that link.
while she does,
I'm not trying to bash him because I actually felt for Candace when she was telling her story. Like, you know what I mean? I kind of felt like she's like, maybe she knows what happened, but but we don't know. I'm not trying to blame anybody because we don't know the facts. We could take it. Your mind could take you a million places, you know what I mean? And it could take you
Of course.
far reaching.
Especially when little kids are involved, and you're trying to figure out what the hell's going on here.
And we're playing off of emotion. We're not playing like how detectives, investigate. We're investigating off of emotion,
I was going to comment on that question you said about if she was an SA victim. I'm a victim from childhood SA, and
so sorry.
I was glued to my mom 24/7, would not go anywhere by myself.
Mm-hmm.
So if she is a victim, and it's been accused, they put pants on her under all her dresses, which that's normal, I guess. But it's been said that she grabs at her privates a lot and stuff like that. But what can you believe?
Well, when you go play in lake water and creeks and places like they went to that were full of trash, it is very common to get something called bacterial vaginosis if you spend too much time in the water or you sit in the clothes from the water or
Who's speaking right now, if you can?
Mama B.
Oh, Mama B, that is you. Okay, I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
don't have the headphone right on my head right now. I see in the chat people were asking.
Right, so you can't tell the difference. This is Tay Brooks. So.
Okay, got you.
So there could be different reasons, who knows? She could, there's kids that like hurry up and go to the bathroom and refuse to wipe, and they're,
It could be a UTI, could be anything.
Yeah, and
yeah,
I'm telling you, being in the lakes, I'm telling you, it's common. So, I had a roommate who always got one after every time she went to the lake. But anyway, I need to finish the thought. Okay, you guys said, okay, Candace keeps saying she wanted to go in the house and play with her. She said multiple things. She said she wanted to go in the house and see her brother. She wanted to go in the house and play with her toys. Okay.
Right.
You recall what Candace told Chris where Summer was and what was she doing when she asked her to go plant flowers and she popped up. Y'all remember?
That she was on the porch.
No.
Well, she said several different things.
She said she was playing on the floor in the kitchen with her toys.
Right, she did say that.
Yeah, she said that. So
when she went to go get her to go plant the flowers.
Yeah, she was in the kitchen playing on her toy with her toys. She loved to do that. She was always in the floor in the kitchen playing with her toys. Unless she wanted to go get a specific toy, she already had toys in the kitchen.
See, that's where a lot of the confusion come from, because it's like every day there's a new addition to the story.
It's not really. Yeah, I mean, they're just talking, so they're giving more details. The more they talk, the more details they get. The more, you really you got to listen to that interview and really, really focus the whole time, because she says a lot.
She does.
And I just don't think Summer ever went downstairs by herself. Now,
and I think Don was it was his drinking, because you always seem to tell the truth when you're drinking. It's like, and so you get a little loose with your words, and that's where he's putting all these posts. I think he starts drinking, and he gets a little caught up in his thoughts, and he's just running his mouth over through text on the whatever, and it could be the truth. It could be 100% the truth.
I mean, I agree with you. I do think he's drinking, and I do think that's where these messages that are coming across come from. But I truly do not believe Summer went to the basement at all, unless Josie was downstairs, like I said earlier. And the reason I say that is because Candace said she yelled. She walked Summer halfway, then decided to walk all the way to the door that opens to the living room / oldest boy's bedrooms. Okay, you have to remember when Chris and her walked in the house the first time, and you turn to the right and you walk about 5 feet, 6 feet maybe. Probably about 5 feet. You turn to the right, and then there's the opening to the kitchen. You walk in the kitchen, and the table is offset to the left, so that the part of the table that's closest to being in view when you walk in is like in line with the left side of the doorway. So you reverse, you walk back out to that porch. She said, I called Wyatt. He looked me in the eye, and I said, watch Summer. All right, first of all, why Wyatt? He's not the oldest kid, right? because Josie wasn't there. Maybe Josie was at work with his dad. Or maybe Josie was
I
downstairs.
was thinking too, why did she say she called Dawn when Summer went missing? When Summer went missing, she said, I called Dawn, and then I went and got my mom's phone because it gets the better reception, she says, and I called 911, when you should be able to call 911 from any phone because it's an emergency number. You know what I mean? She said she used, like, she said
Well,
she
okay.
insinuated she used her phone to call Dawn,
Hold on.
and then she went and got her
Hold
mom's
on.
phone to call 911.
Well, see,
Why?
here's the thing. Some phones, like my phone, for example, I have AT&T. If I were to go up into the mountains here where we live and people know about our mountains, there are spots that I cannot call 911. And I live in California.
She says her mom has AT&T.
Yeah, but there it may be different. AT&T on the east board is actually bigger than it is here on the west board.
I know, but 911 should be an emergency number.
It does
Sorry.
not always work. It does not always work. And I would know because I used to work for 911.
I mean, she could have called Dawn through Facebook. We really don't know.
That's the whole thing. And if it 911 will even tell you there are times certain phones do not work. And it's just because of the tower. You have to literally get somebody else's phone that is in near that tower that is specified for that tower mark. It's not AT&T, that it's like a second tier for Verizon here. And when we do second tier, we're talking the first tier Verizon, meaning all of California is covered with Verizon. And then second tier is like what we pay into it to use that tower. That's what that is. And then what happens back there, it doesn't work that way.
Here, real quick.
It's the same way.
Okay, somebody needs to back out just for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm about to jump off and I'll come back after we watch the video. But one more thing I was going to say. She said she threw the phone in the back of the truck. What truck?
She said I threw the phone in the back of his truck.
Yeah, of his truck. And he's supposed to be at
Life
work.
Group Connected, thank you for being here. You are on the stream. Go ahead and spit your dream.
Hello, can you hear me?
No.
I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Yes,
Yeah.
we can.
Okay, I've been watching this story. I've been listening to all YouTube channels, and I think they're amazing channels, first off. Second of all, I am into the sea area, and I know a lot about Hawkins County area and the protocols with the police department, the court system, and everything, because I've been through a lot of situations of my own struggles, which it has no relevance of Summer Wells on here. But I did a broadcast with AB once already, and I think everybody, and I'm not trying to interpret nobody in the speculation, nobody, if they got degrees in college degrees or anything like that, that they can go back and do any kind of homework that way. But I did a dictionary. I put each one of these names down, everything that they said in each interview, in each category, and everything. And what I determined from all the interviews is if you go backwards on that day that she went missing, it makes a story come alive in everything that happened, except for the recent interview that where she added all these different places that they went to that day. Okay, and then where she added all these places, and then some of the YouTube channels did the, you know, graphics of how long it took from each place to each determined area. At 3:09 or 3:06 with the TikTok video from the swimming hole, or y'all call it the horse pond, some call it water paths, whatever, and stuff, the definition. After that, leaving there, and the car picture or the truck picture or whatever vehicle she might have been in and stuff, and everybody dissected that picture of her sleeping on the jugs. She may be dead on the jugs. She may be passed out. And there's a story about the dry drowning and everything like that and stuff. From that point there to getting back to the house story. And then DW posting the original video of how someone can abduct her. And then y'all got all these theories or statements, opinions, categories of how that abduction can happen. And he posted that video. All of this goes together that only the video of her in that car is the last seen image of Summer being on those milk jugs. How do we know it ain't milk in those jugs, if you think about it? Because people back in Hawkins County used to go to wells, fill up jugs, bring water home. We haven't seen no footage of the bathroom, of the home. A lot of people goes and has these outhouses, these little outbuildings to use the bathroom area out of these old houses and old characters of buildings. And see, I live in Hawkins County. Newman Ridge, Sneeville is a big area for houses that don't have plumbing. They have wells. And then they have this and that. How do we know that she didn't just take those jugs, and it may not even been a store trip, jugs and filled them with water, and she was sleeping on just water on the way home?
I have a question on that. Are your guys' milk jugs white or are they clear?
White, blue, red. Sometimes you can get the clear, foggy color, clear, but it's depending on what store you go on. So I'm not doubting that the store trip happened, but with all the time segments of all the trips, how do you know that she didn't just fill them jugs up with water from the lake or some place along the way and just said it was a grocery store trip? Because, I mean, based on the interview room, her saying the boys helped get the groceries out, and then some went to the grandma's trailer, she only mentioned milk and cheese. It don't take 3 boys to unload milk and cheese.
Okay, so the grandmother was said to have groceries too. So I don't know.
I mean, I'm not speculating here. I'm not speculating. I just live in Hawkins County. I grew up in the childhood of where my moms and dads and grandparents went to the wells, filled up a lot of.
I'm kind of lost here.
Hang on.
No,
I'm kind of lost here.
What does it matter what's in the
We're talking
milk
about
jug?
milk?
What does
We're
it
talking
matter
about
what's in the
milk?
milk jug?
What are we talking about? Milk
Yeah,
and
I don't
water,
know.
white and clear, and what is this? I mean, you guys, let me know. I don't want to be lost here. What is?
Okay, I don't know your names,
sure.
and I thank you for bringing me on your YouTube channel and stuff. But there was a picture that they all diagnosis, science, technology, photo technology, everything they could about Summer Wells sleeping in the back seat of the vehicle. It could have been a truck. It could have been the regular car she has now. It could have been a grandma's car. I mean, any kind of vehicle and stuff. And there was
that it was a truck.
Picture was supposed to be taken, and somebody made a video, a short 3 to 4 second video. And there was milk jugs with some belongings behind the milk jug and stuff. But see, that's what I was explaining to her.
Can I stop you for 1 second? Okay. I'm trying to understand the point you're making with the milk jugs. Because I'm trying to understand what does it matter what is inside of them, and what does it matter if they didn't go to the grocery store?
Well, I mean, if everybody is, opinion and contradicting what she said, and yet some things is not relevant yet because law enforcement ain't gave all that information out yet.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is the history in Hawkins County is we fill up milk jugs because we have wells and water lines. It's not
Yeah, I understand that. I'm just trying to get
Yeah,
figure
that's
out
why
what
I was asking what
about that.
color jugs you guys had.
I buy the
Because
milk. I live in Tennessee. I live an hour and a half away from Summer, and I do buy that brand milk, and it's more of like a frosted clear container. And I'm still trying to figure out why we spent 10 minutes talking about what was in the milk jugs.
yeah,
That's all
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
I was just, bringing up my opinion on the jugs. She says she went to the store, and the timeline of all the diameters of the timing for her to have 3 hours apart till getting home standards.
I remember when I was a little kid and my mom and dad would take us shopping. If I was tired or if I was hot or something like that, and there was like something cold in the back seat, I would lay my head on it too. If it was milk, if it was orange juice or anything like that, you think that could be what it is?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes, sir. I'm saying a lot of people will do that just for the fact that their air conditioners don't work on old clunker cars or vehicles, but some people would roll down the windows and cool off and stuff. And then even steaks. I mean, I'm gonna go down to the deeper level on this. Even you can lay on steaks and bags of peas and corn from the frozen section, and lay down and cool off, or even hold it up as you're in the window section,
Right. We have
may I interrupt real
Debbie
quick?
just joined. Thank you for joining us, Debbie.
Hi.
Hello,
Hi,
hello.
AV. It's a pleasure to see you again.
It's a pleasure. My pleasure. My pleasure.
I
So,
follow you a lot with the boys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Most of all, well, I guess pretty much every day I watched you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. So, what are your thoughts about what's going on here?
Well, originally what I was trying to do was to share pictures that, well, see, when people first have something big that goes on, they start going and knocking or taking out some of their pictures offline so people can't see them. And when that occurred to me, I photocopied, or whatever you call it, screenshot. I screenshot a lot of the pages, and no one is interested in it. But so each YouTuber I've offered to never noticed me, never said anything. And it took them weeks or days at least to do the same pictures I offered. So I still have maybe one or two that nobody has. I don't know. But one that I have that I really want to share, but I don't know if a YouTuber can put it out, is the cut on a knee. It is the ugliest, awfulest gash I have ever seen on a knee. It was awful. And it was pictured on Candace Wells, the mother of Summer, Candace Wells, Facebook. Now, I assumed that it was her knee and that it was around that kind of time of the fight between Candace, Dawn, and the man from that Alaskan TV show. I don't remember his name though. When they all were pushing each other, she said she got a knee injury. That timing is around about when that picture appeared. But Chris on his show said he's wondering, is that maybe the grandma Candace Wells, or not Wells, Grandma Candace's knee injury? Because the day she was, Summer was missing, Grandma Candace, we'll call her Candy, I guess, because there's too many Candaces. So Grandma Candy was at the ER that morning because she had had a previous knee injury a long time ago and had a knee replacement. And they claim, if you'll notice, I need to put my phone down there. If you'll notice, they Well, she went to the ER over the knee. I'm sorry. They said they went on a trip to Pigeon Forge, and the little boys, her grandsons, kept kicking her foot. I mean, her knee. And her knee, a bad knee. And I just don't know if I believe that. But I know that they keep blaming everything on those boys. You know, the boys did this, the boys did that. So, did Dawn push somebody, somehow cause grandma to get that knee injury? I don't know. Whatever which one it is, it's awful. I'll let him else speak. Have y'all seen the picture yet?
No, I would love to take a look at the picture. Do you have me on Facebook or no?
No, I don't think so. I don't.
Okay.
But
I
you
don't
can always
remember.
email it to one of us.
Yeah, you can send it to the email if you want.
I'd like that. I'll send even
Judy
other.
Parker is saying something about why isn't anyone talking about the cheese?
About
Why
what?
is the cheese? Oh, I think she's being sarcastic. Who stole the cheese? Who stole the cheese?
Who cut the cheese?
Who cut the cheese? Yeah, send me if you can, send me an email and send the picture to me. I'll let me take a look at it.
Okay, you're gonna send me a link to something. You say?
No, here.
What do I do?
Can you write down my email address?
Yeah, let's see right here. I have a tablet of notes. I tried to do a timeline. I've got kind of like that lady said, I have a story.
Okay.
I
And
have a
so
story.
as
I
soon
can
as Miss
share.
Debbie's done talking, we're gonna go ahead and get back to the interview room, that video. And it's my first time watching it. Some of you guys, it might be your first time as well. But let me know when you're ready for the.
I'm ready.
You ready? Okay.
Yeah.
It's AV United We Stand at gmail.com.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Very easy.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna go on and hang up.
Okay, thank you, Miss Debbie, for joining. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye-bye. All right, guys, let's get back over here to the interview room. I'm going to hit play now.
When he has run, he does.
You know what? I'm going to mute my mic. That way there's no
So am I.
feedback or echo. You guys ready? Let's do it.
And in this case, he selected a storage room. Okay. And he was wanted for a parole violation out of Utah. And they came out with a fugitive apprehension team. And that's what that is. Okay. Then they came out and did a hit on his house and arrested him. And the state of Utah extradited him back. And he reflected the system again. When he got out of the system, he got a good job at a base, the Air Force Base in Utah there. I think it was Hill Air Force Base. And his parole officer came in and shook him down. And that shook up his employer. And that in of itself caused him to lose that job. And he spun out of control again a little more. And went back to drugs and alcohol and some other problems. All right, so this was the complaint affidavit, as everybody saw in reference to that particular case. And I'm just going to read it here. The residence was searched, and Donald Wells was found hiding in a storage room. After that, though, he complied with the NCIC warrant. And basically, he was sent back to Utah. Okay. The interesting thing there is this was a fugitive apprehension team. Okay. So that typically means it's a high risk situation. And, Don has told me, in the past that, look, he gets over, gets hot. Okay. And his temper can go 0 to 60. Okay. And so, maybe he's got it under control. Maybe this church thing is helping him and calming him down a little bit more. I don't know. Okay? He tells me that. And, I at this point, maybe that's the case. Okay. But he also admitted and told me that, look, I'm not perfect. Nobody is. Neither am I. Okay. And he admitted, look, I do have a hot temper. Okay. And, that can be translated in a lot of different directions. Okay. What I want to be sensitive here tonight is to Candace. Okay. Don, had a drink, he's had a drinking problem. And I think Candace is classic into, some other, psychological problems. Okay. So I want to be sensitive to her. If you get a chance, look at Dr. Smith's 8 Ways. Okay. It's on my feed. Okay. And take a look at what we're seeing, what you're seeing there. Okay. And some of those stages. Okay. All right. So keep moving here. So October 14, 2020, his most recent offense. He was arrested for domestic assault, possession of a handgun while under the influence, and unlawful possession of a weapon. I talked to him at length about this incident. Okay, and we broke it down. Present that night was Grandma, Candace, Don, and this character by the name of Jose. And Jose is, he's gay. And Don was in Utah when he found out that Candace had this guy at the house. Okay. Well, one of the reasons he was there is because they got into it because he had cheated on her, Candace. Okay. And so he was racing back. And when he got back, the guy was still there. He'd been staying there a couple of days. When he got in there, okay, everything was pretty cool until they started drinking. Okay. And Grandma, Candace, Don, and this Jose guy started pushing each other and, just basically got into it. Okay. Now, one of the interesting things here is the second bullet point says Wells left the residence in a white GMC, but returned shortly thereafter. Witnesses saw him leave. That is the grandmother, Candace, and this Jose cat. Okay. They feared that he would come back. Okay. And so when he came home, this is the cheating comment. He and Candace were going into it with the grandmother. Okay. And in this report, Candace says she hurt her knee. Okay. I asked him about that. And I want to submit to you, I don't think it's Candace. I think it's grandma. And that's how she has the bum knee. Okay. And so I see that I think Candace took the fall for that. Okay. Why? Okay. Well, if we know anything, then it's about domestic abuse. Okay. And I say that lightly, but my heart tells me and my observations tell me it's there. This is very clear. Okay. There's no getting around it. Okay. And what made it even clearer was when he came out of this incident, he was punching himself in the face before he left. That's classic. Okay. Why is that, right? It's to transfer it over to Candace. When the cops get there, and I can tell you 1,000 times I've responded to domestic violence incidents, the first thing the dude says is, well, she punched me. Okay, look. Okay. And if you see an injury, okay, i.e. this, okay, well, now you've got to kind of, sort it out and figure it out. Okay. Could this be anything other than that? Sure. Okay. But I find it interesting. Okay, it's during a domestic situation. So that is my opinion. And here is the report, obviously, that we've seen. But the one interesting thing here is witnesses about the assault. Bly stated that Wells came back home drunk and he saw Jose in the house and believed Bly was cheating on him. Allegedly, Wells started to argue with Jose and Wells began to struggle with Bly. Well, he clarified that yes, that's what's happening, but grandma's in the mix too. Okay? But Candace is pushing him back, and there's just kind of the shoving match going on. Okay. And somebody falls. Candace says it's her and gets a bum knee, but somehow grandma ends up with a bum knee, and she's had a bum knee. Okay. But I want to submit that this wasn't long ago and that it exasperated probably an injured knee, and it's probably her. Okay. Now, that said, when he pulled back up, it was grandma who yelled, he's got a gun and he keeps bullets in it. Okay. Now, the gun, as you saw, was a powder gun. Okay. And that was the actual, what it looked like. Okay. So, was she trying to throw him down? Because that kind of offense, carries about a 10-year conviction in prison. Okay. So that's, pretty interesting in of itself, right? Maybe we get Don out of the picture by throwing him under the bus. Okay. So here we go. Now, this is the other part where Candace felt that she was abused. Okay. It's right here. He drinks and throws things, and I'm afraid of being hurt. He is abusive physically and mentally towards me. I am afraid for my children and myself. Okay. Now, my mother fears he's going to hurt her because she's staying in her camper on the property. Now, this is post, battle. Okay. And so grandma's in fear, but she's trying to throw him under the bus, telling the cops that the gun he has, okay, is, potentially could carry 10 years. Okay? And then you have Candace really not saying much other than going to get this, TRO, right? Temporary restraining order. Okay? And so we've got these behavioral dynamics going on between mom, Candace, and Don. So I asked him, I said, where's Jose? Where is this dude? And he tells me that grandma took him up to North Carolina. Okay. Up to North Carolina. Okay. I said, okay, fair enough. He doesn't know where. So now that's Candace's perspective. Okay. This is Don's perspective. Now, let's listen to that again, shall we? Okay, can you guys hear that? No sound. Okay, no audio. Hang on for a minute. Let me see why that's not playing. Oh, I know why. I got to take off my ears. Okay, let's try this again now.
We worked it out. She's apologized to me. She's went to the district attorneys. She even talked to the judge. Told him that she made a serious mistake, and that's the end of it.
Okay, so basically, we can see his news clip on this. And what he says is, we've worked it out. Okay, she's basically said she made a big mistake, went to the judge. Okay.
Oh my goodness, I forgot to unmute myself. Okay, guys, so look. I stopped the video there. It's a very long video. You guys, please feel free to go check that video out. The interview room. I'm sure most of you guys have seen that video already, but if you haven't, it's called The Interview Room. And the title is Don Wells, There's a Gag Order, Stay Away. Now, Faith or Life Group, do you guys want to add anything to this stream? I got to take off in a few minutes. There's a pretty big story that's going on out here in the Antelope Valley that's involving something pretty important. I'm going to go live again, put it that way. As soon as I get to this location, I'm going to go live. From what I understand, there's people out there protesting. There's a lot of people pissed off right now out here in the Palmdale, Antelope Valley area because of something that is taking place right now. So, but before we get off, we have a couple more things to talk about. And just want to make sure, if Faith have anything to say or Life Group, go ahead. Now's your chance.
AB, I want you to... can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Loud and clear.
Jennifer, I think Jennifer should jump on real quick again to verify, to give the information about the boy's birthday party.
Yeah.
And then Jen, come on in.
Jen, come on in. If you look at if you look at your screen, your phone, I have it on the bottom of the screen. August 8th, RSVP at www.waroftheboys.com.
Yeah, but there's some more information.
People would also like updates on the soil samples when you get them.
Oh, yeah, that's the last part we're going to get to, yeah. So we're going to do that right after we're done here. No, you guys don't go nowhere. Flutter by.
I'm going to just say thank you for inviting me to your show and your YouTube channel. And everybody that wants to, shoot me a subscribe. This is not to get clout or nothing. I am learning and watching and listening as I watch each one of y'all's channels. I adore every one love you and thank you. It says in my description, if I subscribe to you, that I am looking and learning and watching. And as for all matters, lives, matters for all children and adults and everybody
right.
in the world that's missing or could be abducted or going through a hardship, I send out my prayers to every one of you. I don't know all the stories yet, and with these boys, yes, sir, go to that protest thing that you was talking about and see what's going on, because that's what you do. You be in depth with your heart in it,
Right.
not with all these conspiracies, assumptions. Some opinions does count. I mean, I'm not going to be rude, but some opinions do count. But if it's just a bunch of, rigmarole rumors and drama, it don't help the cases. It don't help the situations. It just makes more negativity for the ones that's watching that really wants to learn like me.
Right. Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
and
for
I
being here. I
focus
appreciate
straight
you.
on facts. So yeah, I get it.
So thank you for the channel. Thank you for the time. And like I said, yes, I am in Hawkins County area to discover more. If y'all want to hear some more history, that's really what I bring myself up on here, is like a history level, not based on a case and what's going on, but so that way people can see what the county is about, the people around the county is, and how quaint and quiet people can be in this area for these cases. Because not only just Summer Wells went missing, 3 years ago, there was a girl named Carly Trent, that 10-year-old went missing by a family.
Wow. Charlie Trent.
So
Wow.
that's what I'm saying. And I worked that case myself because Facebook went haywire trying to do a search, and I didn't do anything. I just had my page up, and you can find my page. It's Life Group Connectors. Julie A is the name, or Julie A Life Group Connectors on Facebook, and read all about Carly Trent as well and stuff. But the dude is serving 50 years. He was an uncle to this little girl. And it just went haywire. So I don't get on Facebook and really do anything except follow and just sit in the background for cases like this. And my page just attracts people. I mean, I'm not trying to say it in the wrong way, but I'm not putting no religious status on anybody here. But it's a Life Group Connectors ministry that I produce, but I am not licensed as a pastor, nor do I try to degree that in any way. I do have some licensed evangelism, and I do have licensed pastors in my friends list, but I don't produce that because then that is called deception,
Okay. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate you.
And thank you for your time. I
Not a
appreciate
problem.
everybody on here, and
Yep.
good luck. And I'll be
Good luck.
watching you closely again.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Okay, Jennifer, go ahead. You are on. Jennifer's on.
Hi, everybody. How are you guys?
Hi,
Good.
Jennifer.
Good. Hello. Hi, Danny. Hi, Freedom, Faith, Mama B, everybody's in
Hi.
here. So I just wanted to hop on real quick because I got to get off of here. But so everybody knows about the birthday awareness, and it's on August 8th from 5 to 9 p.m. And we have Hungry Howie's that sponsored the pizza. We have Bakersfield Street Media that's going to sponsor cupcakes. And then there's all kinds of gifts and things like that. Basically, not part of a raffle of any sort, just a giveaway that Keith was putting together. And then after that, on August 14th, her husband has a company called Pull It Off Motorsports. If I'm not saying it right, please correct me in the chat, Keisha. Where they're going to feed the homeless and do an awareness for the boys as well. So it's a second event that will be feeding the homeless, and they're going to serve like sandwiches, water, spaghetti, things like that. And it's also a backpack drive. So they're going to give away a number of backpacks that we're still accepting donations for that part of it. That's a whole different, part of it. Just to keep spreading the word, keep their faces out there and their names, alive, and just going on, so that they still get the recognition that they deserve. with people helping to keep, search and, keep looking for them and, keep talking about them. Just please, everybody, just keep talking about them and keep spreading the word, because without you guys in the chat and, different people and everybody that talks about it, the news, just amongst ourselves, like going to the store, wearing your masks, Keisha still makes those masks and those shirts, and, she sells them for pretty inexpensive and ships them out, so there's, things like that. I just want you guys to know that part of it, because I don't think that people knew about the Pull It Off motorized event that's going to be happening, the week after. So that's going to be happening on Baker Street at 10 o'clock in the morning until, I don't know what time. She'd have to specify that if they have like a cutoff time, but that's pretty cool, because that's a, very good thing to feed the homeless and, help them and, spread the word to even those, and anybody else
Right.
that's helping in that event.
Right. Okay. Anything else?
No, not really. I didn't mean to like cut you off.
No, you didn't.
On the other.
No, we actually wanted you to come up here. That way you could let everybody know about the event.
Okay.
And there's a lot of people that are kind of curious about it as well. So
yeah,
so they could go to www.wherearetheboys.com, right?
Yes, wherearetheboys.com. They can actually sign the birthday card for Sincere right now, and then if you want to RSVP, there's a few slots available. We've had just actually only a couple of cancellations, but mostly most people that have said that they're going to go, I do believe are going to show up. And so far, there's I think as far as the RSVP is concerned, there's like 125 on there, and we're going to cap out at 150. So it's a very, very limited space that's left right now. I know that you, you, Steve, are going to be attending, which is great. I know AV News Crew, I believe Matt's going to be there with Apple, so that's awesome too.
I'll probably be showing
and then
up
there's going to
too.
be some
So
StreamYards going. What was that, Faith? I'm sorry.
I'll probably be there too. Freedom and I were talking about that earlier. That because I just wasn't able to drive myself because of the lupus thing right now, but I'm more than likely going for sure.
Good.
So yeah, I'll be there.
Well, you need to put your RSVP in just like everybody else.
Freedom's doing it. Freedom's
Okay,
doing it for me.
So us girls do a lot, like spreading the word, and Keisha and I still have candy to sell, but I mean, obviously it's only going to go to Bakersfield, that because we can't ship it. We don't have that kind of money to do that kind of stuff. We've done so much already. Keisha does so much out of her heart. I don't even know how she keeps doing it, but she just keeps going and going and going.
Yeah, thank you.
Things that she's got going on, and I know you guys have bracelets and everything still that you're trying to send out on minimal donations, I assume, and that kind of thing. So that's very awesome. I'd love to see some blue hearts in the chat for the boys. Where are the boys?
If you guys can, let's put some blue hearts in the chat. Did Keisha want to add? Keisha all day, did she want to add anything to this live stream before we get on to the next topic?
Right quick, I think Jennifer, can y'all hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. Yes. Hi, Keisha.
Hi,
Keisha. Jennifer kind of explained everything, but I just want you guys to keep the boys in prayer. Yes, the event is RSVP. Please go sign the card for Sincere. I do have some spots open, but it is closed. So if you want to come, just inbox me, because some people might not be coming. But like Jennifer said, I have plenty toys, bikes, scooters, skates, all kind of stuff for the drawing. And what I'm doing is putting their names in something. I'm going to pull their name, and I'm actually going to let them pick what item they want. After that, my husband has a club called Pull It Off Motorized Bicycle, where he make bicycles and put motors on for the kids, for adults or whatever. So after that, they want to do something for in honor of our missing boys. So we usually feed the homeless anyway. So I'll be feeding the homeless, giving out backpacks, paper, pencils, supplies for school, clothes, hygiene for the homeless. So, and it will be on Baker Street, August 14th at 10 o'clock. So if you want to come out and support, if you want to donate, it's fine. If not, if you can't, just keep us in prayer and boots on the ground in prayer, because one thing about it with these missing boys, it is an emotional case. So just keep praying, and God gonna bring these giants down.
Absolutely.
Hey, teacher, sorry.
Go ahead.
Did we get enough of the toys that we were doing at the fundraiser in the USW group, the UWS group? I'm sorry, my brain is dead.
We have a Amazon list in the United
Yeah.
We Stand Missing Children update group on Facebook. I think it's
Yeah.
posted in the United We Stand Tennessee Summer Moon What Are We Missing Facebook group as well. There's actually summer supplies for the boys' birthday, like balls and skates and just little gifts. And then there's also stuff for the backpack drive, pencils, backpacks, things like that. And we'll be adding more to it. But if you want to send a gift or a donation via Amazon, you can do that as well.
Yes, and thank you to everybody that has sent those gifts through that Amazon account. You guys, that's greatly appreciated. We have, I mean, like Keisha said, she's got a number of scooters. I want to say 6 of them, and they light up and stuff. Like my kids don't even have that cool of a scooter. They're really cool. And then I got a couple of bikes with helmets and pads and stuff that we can give one to a girl and one to a boy. And then there's been people that have put together like basketballs and soccer balls and mitts for baseball and things like that. Like so many things like that all these children that are going to be attending, excuse me, can just be just gifted. Like for, they're going to come to a birthday event. And usually when you go to somebody else's birthday party, you don't get a gift in return. But I would say that I'd say almost every one of those kids that night, hopefully, I hope and I pray that like they'll all go home with something. I don't know that that's going to happen, but there's going to be a lot of them that will. Like I would say that there's enough for each family to have one of their kids get to take one home, because that's how many things have been donated. You guys have no idea. The support has been absolutely astonishing. Like it's been amazing.
Yeah, and
we just don't stop.
My kids' mentor group donated a lot of toys also. So, thanks for the donations. Like I said, they donated so many toys and bears and stuff. So a child will leave with something in their hands. And also, I bought so much stuff today. You know what I'm saying? So they will leave with something in their hand. So, yeah, just thank you guys for everything. We appreciate it, and that's it.
We appreciate.
I'm glad that we got that much going on that fundraiser, because you know what, you guys, some of these kids don't have anything that are coming. Some do, some don't. But still, that it's that acknowledgement of letting those kids know that they have something too. It's not just that most of these kids that are homeless or even on the low income side aren't getting gifts like our kids would get gifts. And that was the point of this, was to not only spread the awareness of the boys, but to show that we do care for the community as well. And that was what United We Stand was about on that part. Because we care about these kids, all of these kids. There's not just one.
And that's the reason why I called it birthday awareness, because I did want the kids to know what's going on also, because a lot is happening to our kids and they need to know what to be careful from, because you can get picked up from in a store, running off, not listening to your parents. So that's why I called it a birthday awareness, even though Sincere's birthday is Wednesday. We're going to barbecue that day, but I called it the birthday awareness because I want kids to know what's going on in the community, stranger danger at all times, because anything can happen. They're picking up our kids left and right. And I wanted them to have something, because you never know what a child is going through that day. They might be sad, but I'm going to make them happy that day with the best of my ability.
Right. Absolutely. All right, guys, we need to move on to the next topic. So I'm not trying to cut you guys off, but as soon as I'm done with the next topic, I got to head out. There's a story that's going on out here that I need to get to. So thank you guys for being here. You guys that joined. Yeah, you guys, you're welcome.
Thank you. And are you going to touch
we'll live again
a
tomorrow?
little bit?
Yeah, that's what we're about to do right now.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
We'll be live tomorrow.
Okay. You guys have a good
All righty, guys.
Thanks for letting us on.
Yep, for sure. Thank you, guys.
Okay, goodbye.
Yep. Okay, guys, so let's get into the next topic before I have to head out. Giovanna, thank you for that super chat. I appreciate you. Now, we did soil samples, and some of them returned back. Gloria Huerta returned back as a negative hit. Monique Figueroa, that has not returned back yet. But we do have 2 other locations where we need to search for Monique Figueroa. As far as the samples go for the boys, we need to talk to Roe and the Bio family either today or tomorrow. RPAD is going to be looking over the charts, and if there is a hit, then we need to get DNA samples from the Bio family. If there is not a hit, then we don't need to worry about the DNA from the Bio families yet. But for some odd reason, I have a feeling that there is going to be a hit at one of those locations that we went to. A very strong possible hit. As a matter of fact, I'm not hoping that there's a hit there, because then the worst happened to our boys. And that would mean that the FBI, that would mean that Bakersfield PD, that would mean that Cal City PD and all the people they had out there overlooked the search that they were supposed to do. And so we will know by tomorrow if there is a hit at this location where we went. I'm not going to put it out. I'm not going to put it out, the exact location that we went to. And the reason why is because of the little dum-dums that are here on YouTube. But Bakersfield PD, we will have to inform local authorities that are involved on the case if there is a hit. Then we have to let them know immediately. So we're going to continue to go live, guys. I said the other day that we're going to go live, a couple times a week, 3 times a week. It gets hard. It gets hard, guys. I mean, when I'm out there driving around all the time, I just don't want to put a lot of stuff out no more online. And you guys know why. You guys seen what happened just for searching for the boys. You seen what happened. I still get emails from the weirdo. Constantly. Emails from the weirdo. It doesn't stop. So we have to protect these boys like they are our own. We need to protect any witnesses like they're our own family. I can't make those mistakes and put people out online anymore. If a witness comes forward, I'm not going to put them online anymore. I'm just not going to do it. And even if that witness tells me to do it, I'm not going to do it, guys. It's crazy. It's some dangerous waters that, there's times where I walk in and I'm just like, what in the freaking hell is going on here? Like this new case with Jaylene Soto. Oh, there's some crap going on right there. There's some craziness going on with her case. And I'm just like, wow, how did I get involved with this crap? But here we are, trying to help people. But we are waiting for a few other samples to come back. Now, this place that is checking those samples, I think this is going to be their last time, as a matter of fact, checking any type of soil samples at all. Not because of us, not because of me, not because of Paul, but because of what they're going through in the county that they're in with the local police department. There is some crazy corruption going on. Long story short, I'm not going to put out any names or what the case is, but this certain company exposed something that was going on in this area where there's soil samples shown for a fact that there is a person at this certain location. And it seems like the police department did not want them to put that out there, but they did. And so now they are having some issues with law enforcement. It's pretty crazy, man. I've talked to Paul about this stuff before, and Paul's actually explained it over the live feeds a little bit, not much. But I've asked him, why? Why is it like that? Why would law enforcement get upset if you came along with your cadaver dog and you got a hit with your cadaver dog? Why would they get upset with you when you tell them, hey, there's somebody right there? He's like, well, because they don't want to be made a fool. They don't want to be looked at like idiots, you know, especially when they have searched a certain location already. And then here these guys come with a cadaver dog, getting scientific proof. And guess what? Nobody wants to look like a fool at the end of the day, especially law enforcement. So I'm learning a lot. And I'm actually waiting for something in the mail that Paul sent me that's going to go towards Shadow's training. Shadow is a very smart dog, guys. He's a little goofy, but he's very smart at the same time. So, yeah, you guys will be seeing a lot more of Shadow as well. So before we get up this live feed, man, if you guys can, please flood the chat with blue hearts for the boys. You guys keep Gloria Huerta in your prayer, Monique Figueroa, Jaylene Soto. You guys, please keep them in your prayer. There's a couple videos on my channel about Gloria Huerta. I would actually share their pictures right now, but because I have not paid for my StreamYard yet, I can't do that. I just tried paying. I need to update my credit card information real quick. But yeah, I won't be able to share pictures on here right now, but you can go back to my channel and just look up Gloria Huerta. Huerta. You will see all the videos here online. She is out here in one of these deserts, dead somewhere, buried most likely in a shallow grave, because there's some people that didn't want her alive anymore. Some very selfish bastards are out there that took her life. And I'll tell you this much, those selfish bastards, I've heard that you guys watch my videos. I ain't scared of you guys. I heard that you sit somewhere and you're watching these videos. Just know I'm a finder. If I don't find her, somebody I know is going to find her, or we're going to find where Gloria's at. I know that makes you nervous and makes you start sweating. So it's better just to come out, tell the truth, who did it, show where her body is, show us the location. And that's all you got to do. Sooner or later, we are going to find Gloria. I don't know when, but we will find her. Sooner or later, we're going to find out what happened to the boys. And sooner or later, we're going to find out what happened to Monique Figueroa and everybody that was involved with killing Monique Figueroa. We're going to find out. It's just a matter of time. Just like with our boys. We're going to find out, and that's a matter of time as well. All right, guys. Much love and respect to you guys. Danny's right here with me. Thank you for being here, Danny.
Anytime.
Yep. And I got to get going, guys. We got to take off. There's something very important going on down the road. I will go live again once I get there. Appreciate you guys, and you will be hearing more from me very soon. Much love and respect to each and every last one of you. AV.WATCHMEN signing out.